Grahame House, or Patuxent Manor, is one of the oldest and most notable houses in Lower Marlboro. It is an early 18th century original 1.5-story brick shell with a steeply pitched gable roof. Facing west towards the Patuxent, the house is constructed of brick laid in Flemish bond with glazed headers. The current owners, Whitall and Bill Clevenger, have done much to recreate the original state of the house, including bringing in an architect to match the original detail of the fine paneling and flooring. Listen to them talk about finding the house.
I'm Whitall Clevenger.
I'm Bill Clevenger.
We bought the house in 1969.
Whitall saw an ad in the newspaper, in the Washington Post, one of those little things about it, a couple in a column, and we went down and saw it.
Lower Marlboro is a real community. We know our neighbors. Neighbors look out for each other. There are community events. We found it was a wonderful place to raise our 3 children.
It was, of course, a little different when we first came here. It's much more rural.
The house is significant for its architecture as a mid-18th century Flemish bond tidewater house, and for its association with the late 18th century owner of the house. Charles Grahame was associated with Frederick Calvert, the 6th Lord Baltimore, through Grahame's brother, David Grahame, who married Calvert's cousin, Charlotte Hyde, and with Thomas Johnson, the first elected governor of the state of Maryland, through Grahame's son, who married Johnson's daughter. Charles Grahame's political career included helping to draft Maryland's first constitution in 1776 and the province's protest to the Stamp Act in 1765. He was elected to the first session of the Maryland Senate in 1777, which brought Grahame into contact with the leaders of Maryland politics, including 2 signers of the Declaration of Independence, Samuel Chase and William Paca. Sometime after 1755, Grahame purchased several tracts of land near Lower Marlboro in Calvert County. Grahame may have built the Grahame House in the 1750s, or he may have used a house already on the property. Evidence suggests that a house existed before 1732 on the same tract as the present building. Grahame's house was probably one of the finest, if not the most prestigious house in Lower Marlboro of its time. It was where business was done. He owned property on the waterfront, had outbuildings including an out kitchen on the property, and owned slaves.